Good morning, it's Wednesday the 19th of June. It's just turned 7 AM. We're about to head into reception and order a taxi. We have got a massive day today. We're going to get a taxi and head out to a point, Piazza del Popolo, I think it's called, which is about a 40-minute walk from here. And after yesterday, in the wrong shoes, I'm having major issues with my feet now, so I'm in a lot of pain. So we're not walking, we're going to get a taxi. And we're going to head out there. We've got a massive day, 13 hour tour. We'll be heading out to Pompeii. We're going to be going to the ancient site where the famous Mt Vesuvius erupted back in 79 AD. So we'll be going to walk all the streets and see the ruins, which I'm looking forward to. And then we're also going to be going up to Mt Vesuvius, and we're going to be climbing the volcano, which is still active, and we're going to be climbing right to the crater apparently. So and that should take about a 30-minute. It's on a 14-degree angle, and they've got quite a few pit stops along the way. So that's the plans for today. We'll also be stopping in and having lunch, having pizza with part of our tour that we're going with. I can't really think of. That's pretty much the gist. It is stinking hot during the day. Yesterday Nikki got burnt. I actually think I went a little bit pink, but I've turned brown already. But I'll be taking a hat today and also a backpack so I can take some thongs for when we eat lunch, because I can't keep my feet in shoes any longer. I have changed my shoes. I've gone for the trusty old Nikes this time, but I was cramping through the night from yesterday. So now keep in mind, it's going to be about 30, is it 30 today? Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be about 30, but 30 here and in the full sun, because Pompeii has no shade at all. It is the hottest day of everyone's life here. So imagine your hottest day. We're experiencing something much hotter. It is unbelievably hot. The heat.
Not that it's a competition.
No, but the heat is so phenomenal, and it's so draining. It doesn't matter how much water you drink. It's just you sweat it out instantly. But anyway, we're going to go get our taxi. We're heading out to our point, and let's go. So we've arrived, an €8 fare from our hotel, which is out near the train station. We're at the Piazza del Popolo. Piazzas are just obviously very big open spaces from what you have seen through my travels, with very black flooring, which means that in the heat, you know, there's going to be a lot of sun reflection and nidation of glasses. But we're gonna go find our tour guide. Okay, so we're with City Wonders, and there is this massive long line. He seems to, okay, so he's actually distributing us into different groups. I've just noticed. I was just thinking, my God, I would never book a tour group this big. But yeah, I can see him, he's distributing us all. And Nikki's in the line. Hopefully we're not in a big massive group. Alright, so we've had a little 5-minute walk up a hill, and they've got all the buses lined up for all the tour groups. We're going to go up through the back door because the front door is full. Oh my!
So,
Whatever.
Yep.
Go here. Okay, this is our tour bus. A few spare seats along the way. Are you excited?
Yes!
So we've pulled up here in Casino for a coffee break.
Actually, I don't have any cash.
And it's the time? It's 9:30. So we've been on the bus for about an hour already. And there's a nice little line already appeared here. So this place is crazy. Look how big the donuts are, and the croissants. They're massive. And this place would be a nice little business to have because everyone is in line here. It's quite a big long line, and then it goes over there, Joe. So we've just had a pit stop at Casino.
Of course.
What is that? It's 9:35. We're back on the bus now. Apparently this is halfway through. You just look creepy now, Nikki. I told Nikki that in every video that I take, she's like that sour looking. Now she's my face. It's just a sour face. Oh, so now you look a bit like the Joker. Anyway, so we've had a coffee. I was asleep on the bus coming here, and show what we have. And we bought these on the bus. This is the land of the large. Look at that. Yeah, and whip out the croissant. So we're going to go halves in the donut. We didn't know what we liked, and we both got quite excited at the size of everything here. And the croissant.
And there's less backwash.
Yeah, it's another biggie. And it's a chocolate one. So we will get nasty now.
In order for them to come here and start building
Mount Vesuvius, we're doing the climb with the bus.
to decorate the way up to the top of the Vesuvius,
The top should
right?
be beautiful.
So these statues were built with, here we go. So this one, guys, is the metropole area of Naples that, as you can tell, is a very, very large town. And by the way, guys, don't worry, because as I was saying, Francesca's been doing this for so many years, right? He can do this blindfolded, probably. This is a piece of cake for him, probably. We will not find out today, but probably, okay? Oh, that is close enough.
Oh my god. On the side of a mountain.
I feel like I'm breathing in.
Are you guys taking videos?
Yeah.
You're not? It's already on YouTube?
Oh.
Here we go again.
Oh, there's another bus.
There's one more. Oh, hey there. Look, we have Saint Francis.
All the black is all lava.
Okay.
Oh,
San Francisco. So,
oh, look how big the roads are.
yeah.
Yeah, that deserves a clap.
That's very well
look at
deserved,
this.
guys. Huh? You still want to go up, or you prefer going to the museum, perhaps? I don't know.
We've been winding and winding for 10 or 15 minutes now. It's actually starting to make me feel slightly ill. And the manoeuvring of the cars up here and the buses is quite impressive. Okay, so we've just got off the bus. This is the top of the meeting point where you get your tickets. We'll be meeting at this little red building at 12:35. But first of all, we're going to the toilets before we start our walk up there. Okay, so here's our tickets on one side and the other side here. So we go up here, toilets are up here, oh, and the entrance to the hike is here as well. I'm already fatigued. Entrance. Grazie. Alright. Let's start. Walking, not getting anywhere. Okay, so we've done the first little thing here. It's really steep. When I read up on this place, Mount Vesuvius, and doing the hike, it said you climb on a 14-degree angle. I told Nikki it would be this, if that's flat, we'd do this 14-degree angle. No, we're doing this 14-degree angle.
I'm gonna do a hill sprint.
The smaller part.
I have no grip on my shoes. I'll fall on the way down.
This is it's pretty. It's actually very, very steep. Coming down, you'll most slide as well. But that's the view so far. And it's really dusty, everyone's feet. You have to blow my nose hard after this one. Okay, so while I'm climbing up this steep hill, I'm like this, leaning forward like a human cannon, but there's a guy in front of me. I actually keep turning off my camera. He's coughing up a bloody lung. He needs to stop. But anyway, I'll give you a bit of info on this, on Mount Vesuvius. So the only recordings of Mount Vesuvius has been in the year 79 AD. It was the very first recording of it. Since then, there's been maybe about 3 dozen explosions recorded. The last recorded explosion was 1944, and at the time of that explosion, the volcano was around about 1800 meters tall. After the explosion of 1944, it grew, and it's now at 1,200. Here, we'll have a look at where we are. Yeah, so 1,200 meters now. Let's keep going up here. So Mount Vesuvius remains one of the most dangerous volcanoes because it's still active. However, the last so I have to do this slowly because I'm trying to breathe. But as I said, the last explosion of 1944 was part of the last active cycle, and the active cycle went between, what was it, 1631 to 1945. That's a full active cycle for the volcano. So 1944, the last explosion, even though it seems like a lifetime ago for us, it's very, very short terms in regards of archaeology and geology. But at the moment, it all remains dormant, it's sleeping, and the Madre mia, I forget what I'm saying because I'm starved of oxygen. But the one in 1944, they've got monitors in this volcano now, so it's being monitored all the time, so if the gases and pressure rise, they'll know it's ready to go. But this is where we are here, and it's definitely steep. Again, we'll just stop for a minute. Nikki's not fit enough to do this. Now she needs to do the most inconvenient toilet stop. She needs to recreate Mount Vesuvius, and it's just not going to happen. So we're just going to keep plodding up here. I don't even know how far up we are. We're near the top?
Yeah, very near the top.
The tippy top? The first check?
The first check, the first part of the base is 5 minutes walk.
Oh, thank you.
So just...
We have a little contributor, the vlog. So we're not even at the first checkpoint yet. But
how do old people do this? Good luck to them. Well, actually, that's how they do it. That's bless.
We're struggling to breathe, and they're holding hands, fully clothed.
And I did 2 hill sprints in San Salvo.
Jeez, we're that high up now. You can barely see the ocean. It's become just, I think we're in the clouds. Alright, continue. We're not even at the first checkpoint here. I said to Nikki, oh yeah, we're going tippy top. Yeah, Mama's struggling at the first checkpoint. Remember, I don't do cardio anymore, so.
I've been in Castle.
Okay, just at the first checkpoint. And of course, along the way you can buy things. Here we are. Okay, so we've just come out of the first checkpoint, which is here. And this is the crater. I don't know if you can see the back of Nikki's top, but it's all wet. My face, it looks like I've come out of a sauna. I put on some makeup this morning and it's all gone now. Alright, and here's that's part of it.
Can we get up there?
Yeah.
Hold on. Yep.
Oh, my hair. Inside the crater of Mt Vesuvius. So this is the fence line along here of the volcano that you can look into. You can still keep going up, but we're just not going to have enough time to get up there. We've got to be back down in 20 minutes for our bus to take off. They just haven't given us enough time to get up here, and we didn't dawdle. So we're just going to enjoy it up here. But I don't know if you can see from my top, I'm quite sweated. Okay, so here I am at the crater of Mt Vesuvius, the iconic volcano, and I'm at the crater, I think I've just said. And behind me is the very first checkpoint is behind me, and you can continue up into the second checkpoint and further on, but we've got 20 minutes to be back. So it is absolutely amazing.
Probably the miraculous spread eruption which will be Pompeii. Then Pompeii is covered by 7 to 10 meters of ash in rapidly. Ecolano was covered by lava mud, the pyroclastic material mixed with the rain, and we have a lava mud in Ecolano 800 degrees. During the eruption,
okay, so we're headed back now. We're going through the first, this is the very first checkpoint that you have to at least get to here. We're just not, we've only got 15 minutes to get back down, so we're going to have to tailgate it down now. They make fresh juice up here. Nice. But yeah, we're going to have to tail it down now. So let's hope we don't go sliding. Oh, okay, coming down. If you go too quick, you can't stop. Nikki talked about falling, and I said to her, it won't be you, it'll be me. It's always me. I'm the one with no grip. Okay, and I'm back. This is how you come down the mountain. It's heaps better to run. Or to like to double step, da-dum, 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 if that makes sense. But perfect. Oh, yeah, just there's a step there, Joe. I didn't fall on the volcano, but I fell here. So this is the end result of my black shoes. They are not black no more, but you can put in a little thing here and you can dust off your shoes. God, it sticks on there. Jeez, it doesn't want to come off, does it? Okay. Still recording? Yeah. Oh, did you put money in? Yeah, I already put money in. Get on in there, Nikki. Get on in there. I think I'm doing more of the floor than the shoe. I think we've got a lunch stop now. We're going for pizza.
We're
on our way down now.
Right, and put an egg right at the foundation of the castle.
We're going to have
and
lunch.
The egg is still supporting the castle today. So do you guys believe that during the years the Neapolitan kings have been threatening the Neapolitan...
Okay, so we've just been up Mt Vesuvius. Oh sorry, let's get her in. So we've just been up Mt Vesuvius and we've just cooled off on the bus. When we went up there it was like, it's like being in a shower. What do you reckon of it?
Yeah, it was good, but you need longer to get up there and appreciate the views and everything else.
Yeah.
Too short.
Yeah, we only got to the crater. We didn't get to go any further because we ran out of time. There was only we're on a group of 25 and there was only like 4 people that got up to the top. So if you do want to get up to the top, do not use the toilets when you get there, which is what we did. Yeah. Can you hold that for a sec?
Squeeze the cheese.
Yeah. Make sure you go to the toilet beforehand because otherwise there's just not enough time to get up there. But we climbed Mt Vesuvius, so we're pretty happy. And now we're going into a restaurant. If I can focus. So we're having lunch here. We're getting a drink. We also get pizza and a salad. I'm okay. Okay, so you get a drink of choice. So I went for a wine, which is all included, and then they also start you with salad, which is all included. So I have got the pizza with no cheese. Is it called anything?
Marinara.
Marinara.
That's
plain, yeah, plain. And then this one is the pizza margarita. No olives, they're mine. I just didn't want them. Yes. So we've just had lunch. We got included in this was a drink. So I ordered the most expensive because that's what you do. Got that face again. You also get the salad and you also get a pizza. There's 3 pizzas to choose from. So I had the one with no cheese and it was okay. And you had the
margarita.
Yeah, and that was nice as well.
That was nice.
I had a little bit as well. But that's pretty good. I'm full.
So am I.
Yeah?
Yep, full.
What was it? I think this place was called Titus, if I remember. Yep. But yeah, definitely, it's all good food. You're gonna feel sufficiently full. I feel.
I thought it was just gonna be a slice. It was a whole pizza.
Yeah. Okay, so we are now just outside of Pompeii. We're in the newer part, and we're just going over here to the right. There's heaps of souvenir shops over to the right, and then we'll go up through this area. And we'll actually show our tickets and then we'll go through into the ancient city. So we've just got our radios now. But I don't like their headpiece things. So I've got my iPhone piece and that fits perfectly fine in the top. And we'll be getting ready to head into the ancient ruins now. Are you excited? Excited?
Yes, very much.
So we've just come in and you can see where we're walking. This actually wasn't here before. This was all part of the ocean. It's upon the eruption that all this new land was formed. So So if you look directly in front, you can see 3 lines on the stones. That's actually the sea level. We're now at the entrance. We've just walked in to Pompeii. There's Mt Vesuvius in the far foreground. Okay, so what we're looking at now is this is actually the school for gladiators in the town. Now you can see those little doors along here, the wooden doors, and you can see them along here as well. This is actually the cells that the gladiators would live in. They were basically classified as slaves. There was no bathrooms, no nothing. That's where they would have their quarters, and they would train here. So here's the dorm. So I'm trying to shine a light in there, but you can see how small that is. This would be their living quarters. Here's one of the amphitheatres here in Pompeii. Now the flooring is original in there, and it was preserved because the roof collapsed and fell on the top of the floor, so the flooring is real. And if you stand right in the middle there and it echoes around perfectly. So we're in now Pompeii, and where I'm walking, these are the streets, which basically is all sewage. People would do their business in their houses in a bucket, and they would just throw it out onto the streets here. So basically I'm walking in poo, and the only way that you could cross these streets were these stones above. These 3 stones here. This was so you could cross the streets without being covered in poo, basically. So all along here, these were all shops. This was one of the main streets here in Pompeii, and these were all shops. More so you can cross the street. So you can see in these main streets here, because this was, as I said, was a main street, you do see these ones here, these holes down here. They go through. That's so people could tie their horses up. Here's another view of these holes. You can see it goes right through to tie up their horses. And you've also got, you can see the divots. And that's so the wheels of the chariots could go through. So this would have been a pizzeria shop back in the day. And this was one of the main pizzeria shops that when they did the archaeological dig of here, they actually found the very first pizza still in the oven. And this is where they think that pizza didn't come from Naples. They believe pizza may have actually come from Pompeii. This is the entrance of Pompeii, that's why it's so busy. So some of these houses or these shops on this main road, you've got the first sliding doors here at the front. At the front here you would have had the shop, and even up the stairs, and when you go through that doorway, that would have been into where they live, where the family would live. So they would work and live at the exact same place. And that would happen through here as well. And they're all shops, which are all very similar. So you think Pompeii is small? These are 2 streets that we've seen. Okay, so I've just moved into the shade because it's super hot here. But just to give you a bit of an idea on Pompeii, when Mount Vesuvius went off, the ash went for 3 days and 3 nights, and it killed around about 50,000 people, all within all within 20 minutes. It was from all the gases, so a lot of people actually died in the first 20 minutes. But if you have a think about how big this place is and what they have, what they've been able to dig up so far, they're choosing to leave about a third of it stay in the ground because they don't want to ruin it. But basically, if you have a think about how big this place is, imagine a size of a football stadium times that by 20 football stadiums, and that's how wide it is, about a 4 kilometres squared. And when they actually found this place 17 centuries later, 1,700 years later, they found it purely by accident, and that's only because it was buried under 7 feet of ash. 7 metres of ash it was buried under, sorry. And that's purely because they were making a waterway canal, and they happened to dig out when they were actually trying to find this place originally. They couldn't find it because they knew it was a port town, and they were searching closer to the sea. But when the eruption happened, the land actually came in a lot closer, and that land wouldn't have been there back in the day. Okay, so this is one of the changing rooms that we're walking into, and there was actually a person in here that was preserved. They don't know if it's male or female, but it was actually preserved. The original skeleton is inside. I'll see if I can get a better angle of this in a second. Okay, so this is one of the casts. They believe it was a woman because of the belt. They also believe it's a woman because they believe she was pregnant. They're not 100% though. And you can also see the clothes around the arm on here. And you can even see fingernails. So you've seen that plaster cast. They originally did think it was a male because it's 145 centimetres, and that was the average height for the Romans back then. But because of the belt, they believe it was a woman, whereas the men didn't actually wear those. And second of all, the stomach. So that person, they believe is a female, actually died in that position. We're going to be entering in here now one of the washrooms. So you've got the cold rooms and the hot rooms, and these were divided between male and female. Okay, so this is all original. There's one of the bathing rooms that all sit in here and bathe. Okay, so we're now entering in a different district of Pompeii, which is basically known as the red light district. So this is where basically you would come to pay for sex. So being a port town, they'd all come in. So we're going to be seeing some statues and some pictures on the walls that are still there. So a lot of these people were, or a lot of these girls that were prostitutes were actually slaves, and they would be exactly like all the other houses, or the main street, where there'd be a shop at the front, and then they would there'd be a different service at the back. They would also send a girl, and she'd go stand down there on the corner, so that way then everyone knew that this is where all the prostitutes were. Let's have a look. See? Okay, so when you're coming down, well, when you were coming into this port, you have to remember that a lot of people didn't speak English, they weren't educated. It was a lot of new money because of the port towns. However, everyone understood what a red light meant, so they would look out for the red lights, and they also understood the call of what they called she-wolves, and they would go, yoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo! Okay, so where we're going into now, the vision of the pictures still exist on the wall to this day. So when you went in, if you couldn't speak English, you just pointed to the wall and you pointed to the picture. 2 women, 1 man, 2 men, 1 woman, and it would actually, it'd be on the wall, so you just had to point at it and you would know what you were going to get in each room. So this is one of the main hall houses they had. So let's go in here and have a look. So we're walking in now, and you can see up on the walls what kind of positions you would get. And you would see this is the typical room in a whorehouse. They didn't want you to stay long.
And get comfortable. No curtains, they didn't care. And then the decoration I was talking about, you see.
Okay, so if you ever got lost looking for a whorehouse, you would find one by this symbol on the wall. I believe you can see what it is. It's a penis on the wall, and around the corner here, this, you can't actually see it on the wall now. There used to be inscriptions here on the wall, and that would actually have the price on how much you would pay, so you knew exactly what you were walking into. Bit of a dig happening in here. The archaeologists. Okay, so when you're walking, another way of GPS is that when you would come down the street, this was actually in the ground, and this would direct you in the way of where the whorehouses were, which is exactly where we came from. It's inside one of the houses of the nobleman, and then this would be their kitchen area here. Oh, sorry, this is a restaurant. Sorry, what am I saying? Of one of the more noble business people. But you can see even back in 79 AD, you can still see they had the same kind of pizza setups as we do. Amazing.
The lava rock we have in Italy.
You can see the original plaster that they had on the walls. It's pretty amazing. This is an entrance. The original mosaic flooring. You can see this would belong to someone who was very, very wealthy, the entrance of the house. Okay, so this is inside an original gymnasium. Flooring original, plaster original. And this is where they used to train their Pompeii football team. And this is another part of the gym as well. How well preserved is all this? Obviously the roof has been reconstructed, but all original. So I'm inside a house, all original flooring. Still see some of the plaster work, but this is actually, again, we're walking on the same floor they walked on. I'm so shocked that you're allowed to walk on it, but this was from a family that would have been quite wealthy. Another room of it. So I had to turn the camera off because there's so many people walking past. But this just gives you an idea of like a wealthy family. They had several rooms off a main living area. You come through, tiles, mosaics, and it came into to another area as well. So if you lived back in these days, you'd want to have money. And then this goes through. Massive, massive house. And then when you go down here, through here,
You can enter in one little museum.
you've got through here, you've got a garden, and you've also got a pool as well. So you could wash. This was all under a gazebo area. This is all grass over there, and then a pool here. And here's the view from Pompeii. see Capri and Sorrento. Okay, so we've come into the main district of Pompeii. This is at the top, and this is basically like the business centre. The business centre of Pompeii.
Hello. This was the very business center.
Okay, so this main forum here, directly in front, was the Temple of Jupiter. It's one of the only gods that they would recognise here. If I take you around to this building here with the columns, this is like a courthouse. Then they also had, I'll go around this side, directly here in front, this was their courthouse. Oh, sorry, they're kind of like their city hall. But their city hall back in those days was completely different than what we have today. This was more like a bank, because when they did the dig, they actually found quite a few safes in here. And in those safes, they found a lot of coins. And they were the currency of the time, and they were in there. Over this side here, this is a basilica, like a church, was over on this side. Here's a lot of the artefacts that they've dug up. And they've also got some other people in here, and they don't know who they are. This is one of the things they found in the bank, or in the city hall. There's some more that are being preserved. And that's sad, the baby. Very sad. Get your fresh juice. Lemons. Is that even real? Is that even possible? Like on steroids.
Oh yes, come on!
And you come out from Pompeii, you've got all these things that you can buy. And there's stacks of these shops. If you have a look, they go down, all the way down there as well. So we are finally back in the hotel room. It is 8:40 p.m. It's still light outside, as you can see. And the restaurant we're going to eat at down here is, they're having the night off. Apparently they just don't work on a Wednesday. But we've come back and, sorry, just getting the focus. We've come back and the room smells like raw sewage in here. It has for the last day, you reckon? Maybe about the last day we noticed it and we thought, oh, just leave it, but it's got really bad. So we've had to, where's your neck? Sitting there.
Well, it's either that or I'm irritated.
So we've had to come back and they're airing our room out. And I said to Nikki, I said,
what did you tell Roger?
I told Roger, the guy that works here, that she's been farting all night. But it stinks, so we have to have this door open. Reception is just here. And then there's some other rooms down here. And it's like, it's a cheapy room. I understand that it's a cheapy room and it's not, you know, I think it's like 2-star here, but come on.
2-star, not number 2.
2-star, not number 2, that's exactly it. But they've been really good here anyway. But we've been on the go all day, so we're gonna have a beverage. We're nearly gone, and then we're going to go and have some dinner and we'll let you know what we thought of today's tour. Okay, so we're going to sit here now. We got a table already, and you've also got the tram that runs right through here. Across is our hotel. We've eaten at this place here, which is great. We've eaten down here. And this is basically where we just picked up and left because you just get no service. And we've walked straight across the road because there are restaurants everywhere here all the way down. And we've instantly been given a table and taken a food order. Okay, so it is now 12 to 10, and as soon as we walked over here, we were served instantly. We didn't even allow them to let us read the menu because we have not eaten barely any food today, and order is in, so hopefully it will come out nice and quick. And as I said, we've literally walked across the road. Highly recommended this place over here, but no service. Everywhere we have been recommended, the service is terrible. Not happy in Roma?
I've gone from the angry stage to the quiet stage.
Oh.
But wait, I'm getting a beer.
Beer, huh? But the good thing is, as our hotel is the little white shiny dot right here, and our bedroom is right here.
Tell the fans the name of this place.
Oh, okay, yes, yes. So this place here is called Binario 37. So we've ordered 2 lots of bruschetta. Here they are. And she's all, oh, and they've brought your main at the same time. Okay. What'd you get?
Bolognese.
Well, I'm trying to, there you go. Get your wings out of the way. Okay, so I also got the grilled chicken breast and some grilled vegetables. And Nikki would not wait until I filmed it. Oh, you're lucky it's blurred.
Oh shit.
I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Don't look freaky. Oh, goodness gracious. Alright, first question is, you have many annoying habits. Why do you... What are your...
No, we've just discussed this at dinner.
Nikki lays in bed at night and rubs her fingers on the sheets.
No.
And?
No, I have a habit that I've had since I was little. I rub my nails on my pillow, and it makes a really... No, I can do it on anything.
Yeah, but when we share a bed and she rolls over and she does it in my fucking ear,
okay.
Oh, scusa,
yeah,
in my ear,
yeah.
PG rated, it's really loud in the night.
So that's my one thing I have. I rub my nails on my pillow to make a sound, right? But Jo, she's got no bad habit. She's perfect. But then I have to hear her fingers cracking.
That's just because my body's relaxing. It's just the thumbs, like that. It's just, it's relaxing at night.
And then she gets her phone with her nails. And she lays on the bed with a little pillow under her neck and goes.
I have crepatitis of the neck.
Then during the night she gets an itchy throat. She goes.
It's actually like this. It's just like your tongue scratching your throat. It's only with hay fever season.
But she doesn't have anything that annoys me.
No, Nikki does it. And the...
I want gelato.
Oh.
Yeah, see? You want to do... I'm gonna... all night.
Oh, it's the salami. Oh, it's the cheese. Oh, it's the beer. Oh, it's the gelato.
Actually, it's the wheat from the pasta.
The time is 10:37. Charlotte's watching us. Oh, Brett's watching us too. It's 10:37. This is our bill here tonight. €42. What would that be Australian? 61. My sister is not freakishly trying to find out what her face should look like yet. We went, so our hotel is right behind us. As I said, I think I'll point out a million times. It's where we went. Bad service here, instant, and the waiter was really, really good. We were served instantly.
His name was Fabio.
Fabio, was it? Really?
Don't know.
Oh, I thought it was.
Don't know.
They had, when they brought the meals out, they had no idea where the meals should be going, so you have to listen and you just go, oh,
that's me.
yeah, and they bring the meals over, they just don't really know. But no, the meals, oh, I enjoyed mine, did you?
You didn't even see mine, it's gone.
Yeah, well yours, yeah, she sniffed it back, she got a pasta.
I liked it.
Pasta's always good here. I got the mixed grilled veg and the chicken.
Something different.
I love it. I enjoy it. That's what I like. So, and it was cooked really nice. The vegetables were good as well. So we're going to go over here now for our last night in Roma. and we're gonna get some gelato. The meal, or the gelato selection is not big, according to Nikki. Nikki. That's what our cousin Giuseppe does. He goes, oh, Nikki. But we're gonna go over here anyway because it's the closest and it's late. But before we go in, what did you think of today's tour?
I liked it, but not so close.
No, it's not close. Look at yourself. What did you think of it?
I liked it, but not enough time to get up the volcano. I'm not going to say
the first part, yeah, Mount Vesuvius.
Yep, not enough time to get up it. And then Pompeii, I felt he was telling me about one room, and because the group was quite big, he'd move to the next room, start telling me about that, but I was still in the other room, so I got confused.
Yeah, this tour was supposed to be like a 13-hour tour. We left at 7:30 this morning. We got back at 8:30 this evening. Hence why it's still late when we're eating dinner. But like it takes 2.5 hours on bus? Three.
We stopped halfway.
We stopped halfway at a place called Casino.
Do you have to say it in Italian?
Yes, I do, because I'm in Italy. Okay. You have to say things in Italian.
Mi dispiace.
Yeah, as I said, it's a very, very long day. You're on the bus for quite a bit. There were 2 kids on the bus with us. I wouldn't recommend it for young kids.
Oh.
I think when I was thinking of doing this, I had a 10-year-old. I wouldn't have done it. And even she's 12 now, and I'm actually maybe now, but anything younger than 12, don't do it.
No, if kids sit in the seat with you going, maybe don't bring them.
Yeah. There's a few annoying ones on the bus, and especially when you're tired, little things irritate you. But yeah, there are annoying things. But it's been a really, really long day. We're drained, we're tired, we're sore. But the climbing of Mount Vesuvius was absolutely amazing. You are not on this 14, so imagine a 90-degree angle. This is not the 14-degree angle you climb, which I thought it's this 14-degree angle that you climb. See, when you walk up there, you don't look, you just like put your head down, your bum up, and you go up like a human cannonball.
Like Michael Jackson move from Thriller.
Oh yeah, like that. We only got to the first stop. We intended to go all the way to the top. We thought easy peasy, we'd do it because there were a lot of older people in the tour. Just doesn't happen.
Not enough time.
Not with one of those tours.
Don't go to the toilet first, just hold it.
Yep.
And walk up.
That's what we did, and we waited 15 minutes for the toilet, and then we just didn't get to the summit, which was like, it was disappointing, I will say. But in the same token, we still got to the crater, which was amazing. And to see the crater, it's all sanded and like flowers and sanded, lots of sand.
It's all covered with like grass, greenery, bush.
Yeah. Well, sandy, not sanded. And it's quite amazing to think that if it erupted, that it would just be right out the top. So we're thrilled that we got to see that. The views from over Naples and Capri and Sorrento were beautiful, but I think we were part of the clouds at that time, so it was quite foggy.
It was,
yeah, so it wasn't clear. And then with that tour we had lunch, so we had a salad, a drink and a pizza, which that was nice.
Yeah, I thought it was only a slice of pizza. I was happy that it was a whole pizza.
Yeah, it was nice. And then we went to Pompeii. It was a group of 25. I would recommend that if you're going to do the tour again, or even once, don't do a 25 group. It's just too many. It is, and it's like rush. And like for me, I found the most fascinating part were the penises in the paving,
the whorehouses,
pointing the direction. The penis points the direction of the whorehouse, because they didn't speak the language. So I find that really interesting. And when you go into one of the whorehouses and you see the photos on the walls, you're like in and out.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a quickie.
Yeah, you're in and out really quick. So I would recommend, well, I don't know, I'd recommend a smaller tour so you have a bit more time in there. You can see a little bit more, you can understand a bit more. It is quite rushed. And just remember, like, we're here in June and it is, even though like it's 29, 30 degrees, it is stinking hot. So any kind of breeze that you get is like,
bring a fan or something like that.
Buy a €1 fan. Yeah, it's definitely worth it, and hydrate because it is so, like, the humidity here is so hot, it's really draining.
And in Pompeii, the stones and everything just radiate the heat straight at you.
Yeah, because they're like the travertine and the limestone, so they're really,
I've done my tour.
A white bright. Yeah. So she's done. We're going to get gelato. We're going to call it a day and end it here.
I need a tea towel.
Oh, and we have to. Oh, yes, we've got to get a tea towel. We need a souvenir for our mum. She wants a Italian tea towel in a frame.
In a boot.
Yeah, she wants to represent her heritage in bust. Or okay. I am coming here for gelato. Nikki's going shopping. I need to go to the toilet. I need to buy gelato. I can't be bothered waiting for her. She can get her own business in her own time. So I will decide what I'm going to get from here. Not a lot to choose from, but it will do. Okay, so I've decided to go for the hazelnut, which is the Nicola, and the cream, which is this one here. And this is a small takeaway for €2.50. Hey, Nikki! Oh. Okay, I'm going to end tonight's vlog from here. The gelato was beautiful, the meal was beautiful, as you can see from downstairs. Nikki was enjoying her gelato on the way back as well, but it's 11:30 here at night. We've been up for close to 18 hours now. It's been a really long day. It's been an amazing day. Great food, great company, even people that we met along the tour as well. In the lunch area today, we were like crammed in. We had to sit with some other people that were from Florida, so I made great Disney World conversation with them. But excuse me, but as I said, it's really late. I look an absolute mess. I'm tired. We knocked off 13 or 15 k's yesterday, I can't remember. Today not so much, but we were walking up Mt Vesuvius, and as I said, the hill was like this, so we're pretty tired. We're going to call it the night. Tomorrow we fly back to Perth. We're not leaving until, our flight's at 4:40 in the afternoon, but we've got a 25-hour flight difference before we get back on Friday night. So we're going to have a bit of a sleep in here tomorrow morning because we haven't had one for a while, and as you can see from this, I'm really struggling. So we're going to have a slight sleep in, have a late breakfast and an early lunch, check out at 12, and then by 12:30 we're going to get a taxi to the airport and we're going to fly out. So thank you so much for watching the vlogs. There will be more travel vlogs coming very shortly, seeing that I booked more holidays whilst on this holiday. But until then, I'm going to enjoy all the beautiful memories I've had with my mum and my sister here in Italy, and I can't wait to come back again one day. So stay tuned for more travel vlogs, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao. Thank you to everyone who has tuned in and watched my Italy June 2019 vlog series. I wanted to make a special mention to my mother, Grace, who made this trip to Italy possible. She paid for our return flights for me and my sister, so that way we could go to Italy and spend time with our family. It's something that we had always talked about as young children, that we would go to Italy one day and we would see all the sights of where she came from, and to go back to her hometown and to see her family, our family, and to also see where she grew up on our great-grandfather's farm. So a massive thank you to my mum for making this trip absolutely possible, and we love you from the bottom of our hearts.